Good. Okay. Yeah, if we're all good for it, let's do this thing. You know what? I'm taking this headset off. Yeet. Let's see. Yes.
Can you also hear just fine?
What's that?
Is it still spotty?
Oh, the audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little. Sometimes.
Okay.
I wish I had headphones to give you, but I don't know where they are.
No, it's fine.
It sounds better than it did earlier, though.
It
I'll
does.
have
What?
the next time, hopefully. So
What?
I'll have my laptop.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, it's good.
I'm using an old laptop right now, so when I get my own that's not this old, then it should be better for me as well. So.
I'm bougie and I'm using my iPad.
Oh wow, you're so cool, Matthew. You're so cool.
I may be cool, but I'm poor.
Also true, me too. Relatable content there. All right, but if everyone is good to go, then let me whip out my little dice tray and miss it completely on the first roll. Okay. Let me get some appropriate music going on too. Jeez.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. All right. So, when last we met for Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just kidding. Nah, if you guys remember, the last time we did meet on Dungeons and Dragons, Jaden had not joined us yet. And do you know any context of where we're entering into the session? I don't assume so. Okay. I was saying it was like a 2-hour video last time, so I didn't expect you to sit through it or like anything.
I was gonna get you around it, but I just didn't.
Okay, no worries. Actually, between Ben and Matthew, just based on what you guys remember, because I really haven't given Jaden much context to what this story is yet, and obviously we're not meeting his character quite yet. But are there any highlights of the last session that you thought were noteworthy for Jaden to know going into this particular session?
Yeah, we figured out how the island works, or like what's going on. I met Ben's character.
Yes. It was after you calmed the crowd.
That's right. And then things of note, we fought dead babies. Well,
Yeah, they did fight dead babies.
undead babies.
Almost dead babies.
Almost
Mostly dead.
mostly dead.
Yeah.
Mostly dead.
Mostly dead babies.
And then of course everything in between was actually really interesting. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
A lot of story points that I think are going to come up later. So
Well, there you have it, Jaden. You're all caught up. They fought dead babies, and here we are. No, but at the end of the last session, our heroes were introduced to a strange character that was rather fish frog-like in appearance, had a very aged face. But in fact, he is a character, an NPC from one of my very first campaigns ever that Matthew just happened to be part of. And although he doesn't already know Matthew's character's name, which is Jed, he seems to have some kind of familiarity with him or to recognize something about him.
Yeah.
No, picking up from that very strange introduction, some backstory going into the beginning of this adventure. The Hermit, which has now introduced himself to you by the name Squibbish. He introduced himself, and Ben and Matthew, or should I say it's Daniel and Jed, right?
yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Daniel and Jed are brought out of the now empty hospice that a spooky battle just took place. And
That's good.
they go over outside where there's a small carriage being pulled by these 6 weird, almost rabbit-looking creatures. This seems to be what Squibbish arrived on. And it is the dark of night, so they actually sit down together and they eat some food and they start discussing things just a little bit. So let me see what we got. So yeah, you guys just ate, which by the way, food. It's only been 1 session, so do you guys have any food to eliminate from your stashes?
I
Should.
think I ate.
I only threw away 1 ration in that fight, so I should have more to eat.
Okay.
You threw away half a ration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have rations.
The wrong character sheet. There he is.
You're cheating on us with another D&D group?
Yes. Technically, I'm cheating on them with you because I was with them
No
for
hesitation. No
2
hesitation.
years.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah, I got. What was the difference between hardy rations and regular rations? I forget. Oh, hardy
Which one?
rations. The difference between hardy rations and regular rations. Hardy rations can go bad, but they're more filling, right?
Yes.
All rations can go bad within 7 days. But I think party rations was just, unless you guys are referring to a specific thing within the actual books, I think that was just like an agreed amount to be split between all of you that you don't keep on your particular persons. Is that right?
Well, I think the rations were like what's that bread that like they put on ships that just almost never go bad?
Hardtack.
Yeah, hardtack. It's like basically hardtack and stuff like that.
Yes, that doesn't go bad.
Yeah, like that was our regular rations, and hardy rations are more filling, but they go bad. So
Yes, you're right. Okay, so yeah, everyone's eating around this fire though, and you're just inside this large field of tall grass, and you hear the crickets chirping, and everyone's eating and just discussing things over this fire. And Squibbish goes ahead and finishes his last piece of fish that was roasting over the fire that he'd caught earlier that night. And he just starts to talk to you guys. He like I said, he introduces himself more formally.
there.
And let me see what we got.
I can see.
Let's see.
I'm just gonna go in there.
So Matthew, are you relocating?
Yeah, but I can hear you.
All right, you're good. So yeah, Squish finishes his meal and he just asks the both of you, once everyone seems to be done eating, he just says, "So, what brought you all the way out here, may I ask, friends?"
Looking for a map of sorts to help us guide around this island that we are not well familiar with.
Yes. Well, it can be quite hard to navigate without a good map, that's for sure. Luckily, I have something for you.
And he goes back to his little carriage pulled by the weird rabbit creatures, and he rustles through some boxes and feels around for some things, and he does eventually pull out a large scroll style map. And give me just a moment, let's see what we got. He takes it and he unrolls it on the flat dirt in front of you guys, illuminated by the fire, and he just displays it, and he says that he basically just says this is his personal layout of the entire island based on just where he goes. Maps are not in mass production on this island. everyone has been alive so long that they know where to go. They know their way around. Not everyone knows everyone, but for the most part, you know where all the general markets are and food supplies and stuff like that. So he goes ahead and gives that to you to check out. And if you will go to the, if you're able to, and you can go to the Skype chat, there should be a map in there.
Oh, yep. There it is.
So
Okay, then.
feel free to go over some things, and just for some reference of where you guys are, there is a patch area right between the hospice and the place that says Home Sweet Home. And you guys are just in the woods a little above that area, as Squivish was going back to get his fishing supplies and you went with him before you set up camp for the night and everything. So you're about halfway there, with some minor woods between you guys. But yeah, questions, comments, concerns, ideas, thoughts. Now you have a map. And he
What's
asks,
with these red
Right.
X's?
he just looks at them and goes,
Oh, well, you see, in my time on this island, I updated a few things based on my lifestyle. And I might have a few caches hidden around, but they're tricksy to find.
and he's kind of like bragging about it a little bit, but yeah, basically just are the markings on here. They don't really make a whole lot of sense, but these are personal markers he's made throughout the many years living on this island.
Alright.
Keep going, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're good. As he, hey Alyssa,
Hey,
how you doing?
good.
Good. We already kind of started, so I'm like just storytelling right now, so it's all good. Hey Chad.
Hello.
Hey buddy. We just introduced a map to everything, so we're just kind of going over the map, and yeah. So I mean, you guys came in at a good time. So, but yeah, if you look on the map, he points to the place that says Home Sweet Home, and he says that he goes,
My friends, I actually have a gift for you, but it is back at my home and we must travel there. If you feel up for the scourge, then I say that we go ahead and head that way as soon as sun rises, eh?
I would have to consult with the party. Jed,
I'm fine to go. Yes, let's go.
what about you, RT?
"Oh yeah, Artie's here too." Artie spawns into being. No,
He's like, oh shit, I was here.
he's okay. Actually, no. Artie is sitting over with his back against a rock. He's facing away from the fire. He's actually looking at the hospice, and clearly that encounter that you guys just went through, it's still fresh in his mind. He is very jumpy at this time. He turns and he's like, "Oh, yes, yes, but by all means, let's go. Anywhere else would be lovely, actually, if that's all right with you."
Sweet.
So yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and go that way, then we shall do that. Were there any more questions, comments, concerns, anything like that before we continue?
Yeah, what's the squishy guy's name?
Squibish. And if you want to know how to spell that, the answer is yes. So, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm good to go.
All right. So yeah, everyone gets their things together and continues towards this wooded path. There is a shallow sliver of woods with a trail going through it, and Swivish goes ahead and he just starts marching along the trail, and everyone is walking down it. This is going to be a point where I'm going to actually introduce a old mechanic that I haven't done in a while. But Matthew will know what I'm talking about a little bit. So going forward, when in a appropriate setting for it, a ability that everyone has access to up to 3 times a day as an action is foraging. You can tell me that you would like to forage if in an appropriate environment, and the way you do that is roll a d20, roll a d4 after that, and I'll tell you what you get. You just got to tell me what the 20 roll was and what the 4 roll was, and go from there. So out of sheer curiosity, does anyone want to forage as you guys are entering this shallow, thick, shrubbed wood area?
I would like
Yeah,
to
I would.
forage.
You would both like to?
Yes.
Okay.
You said 20
Um,
and a D4.
Yeah.
Any
let's
bonuses to that, or is it
do-
a straight roll?
Nope, just a straight roll. Let's see. Yeah, if y'all just want to go ahead and roll, whoever I hear speak up first, we'll just do it in that order. So roll the d20 first. Whoever.
I got a 15.
Got a 15. All right. And then roll a d4 afterwards.
That'd be a 2.
You find small dry twigs.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Who knows what you can do with those small dry twigs? Matthew,
I got a 3 and a 4.
a 3 and a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what you got. You got a type of fruit called tamarwan, and when eaten, it will give you +1 HP. It will also give you a disadvantage to your Constitution roll for 1 action. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So there are a whole lot of things you guys can find when foraging. So, you know, once again, if the setting is appropriate and everything, go for it. Don't be afraid to. As everyone is walking down this path, it's about midday now, you know, the next day after you guys have spoken and eaten everything. And you hear a sound approaching you of something large with 4 legs just galloping towards you. Yes, mommy!
What?
My mom called me and then she didn't say anything. So,
Oh.
so now I'm just here awkwardly yelling, yes, mommy.
I
To the
thought that was the
whole-
person on the horse saying
I
something.
thought that was. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yes, mommy. Great, we have rich nobility coming
Yes,
straight
yes.
for us right
Yes,
now.
the horse trots through. No, there is a horse though. Yes.
Mommy.
I stuck my head out and asked if you needed anything. Okay. Nope. Nope. Okay. Bye, mommy. Anyway,
Bye, mother.
a horse trots in near you guys, and on its back is a heavy-duty saddle with 2 large, side bags to it. And they seem to be very heavy with something. The horse is breathing very hard and slows down as it approaches you. What do you do?
Can we calm the horse down?
Yeah, you can. You can attempt to do a animal handling.
One sec.
You're good.
I got a 12. Wait,
You got a
yeah,
12?
I got 12.
Okay. So yeah, you click a few times and you just whoa, you ease it, and the horse, it lifts its head a few times, and then eventually it does start to calm down and just stands with you guys, and it's not looking like it's gonna bolt or anything. It's still on edge a little bit, but it looks like you guys are good for it.
Gotcha. I'm gonna ask Daniel. I'll look at Daniel and be like, Daniel, check its bags.
Yeah. Doubt there's
Okay.
anything magical in them, so I will check the bags.
You open up the saddlebags, and inside you see multiple boxes about yay big, stuffed with gold coins. Probably like 250 per saddlebag, so about 500 total. 250 in each side. On the top of the saddle, bound up, are actually a stack of scrolls that have been bound together.
I'll check out the scrolls.
Okay. Right. And I'm not even gonna have you guys roll for that or anything. As you're checking out the scrolls, Jed, you do not recognize these. Daniel, however, you do recognize them as you've lived on the island for some time. This is a horse you recognize based on the scrolls and what's on them. This is a horse that actually belongs to one of the banks on the island. And they were in the middle of transporting currency from one bank to another. This one's rider, however, seems to be gone.
All right.
So I'll look at Daniel and I'll be like, "What is it? What did you find?"
That's bank money. Seems to be. Well, I would have to say ambushed, but the horse got away. That's what I would have to guess.
So, I think Jed's smart enough. Yeah, he'll be like, "I wonder where the driver is." And why wouldn't they chase the horse? This is where all the money is.
That's fair. You think maybe those children attacked or something? They did. The one stuff alive to run to the forest.
They were farther that way though,
Ah, fair.
because we're farther this way.
Yeah.
Snap! You hear a twig snap, and there's a sound of about 4 feet coming out of one of the shadowy parts of the woods towards you. Is there anything you guys want to do as you hear this approaching? It is getting slowly louder.
The horse. I think it. Do I know if the horse knows its way back? No, horses usually know their way home.
Horses are smart creatures.
I'm gonna just say go home to the horse and smack it on its back, and then see if it keeps going.
Okay. Roll one more time for animal handling to smack it on the backside.
I'm gonna give its butt a good smack. I'm gonna spank his balls. Oh, that's a 7.
That's a 7.
Yeah.
You smack it, and it does take off. It steps on your foot, though, however, dealing you a half point of damage.
Okay, I got you.
It just kind of crushes your foot in the process.
Damn.
As you do this, though, the noise of the approaching thing or things gets louder, and you start to see movement coming through the branches in front of you. 2 hands, non-human hands, reach through and part the leaves apart. And in front of you, standing, are our friends, Chad and Alyssa.
Oh.
Yeah. Welcome to the party, everyone. What you doing wandering in the woods, Chad?
Oh, I have no idea. I was aimlessly looking for treasure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So I'll like take a step back and be like, ugh. And then I'll introduce Damas and I think it was Helga to Daniel. And basically tell about how I earlier had I don't know, has Daniel ever met Damas? I don't think so. Technically,
one-
yes.
Well, so for Chad, in the last session, I did bring your character into a bar.
I think we left him drunk at the bar.
I was saying he
Yeah,
had a
you
few
were drunk
drinks
at the bar.
and he was drunk at the bar, so they let you sleep and they went off. But Chad, what do you recollect? Do you remember anything after the bar, after you fell asleep?
After the bar, I remember hazily walking down an alleyway and taking a nap beside what I thought to be a door. And as I fell asleep, I thought I heard the door open, but I was already like so drunk and sleepy. I didn't move or anything. I just went to sleep, and then I woke up in the woods.
That sounds just about right.
I hate it when that happens personally.
Yeah.
Personally,
me
man,
last week.
That's how you know that you've kind of figured out.
Shit,
You know?
felt fine until it was too late.
Yeah,
when you know that you have a drinking problem.
pretty much. You just wake up in the woods. You're like, you know what? I think I've crossed the line. You know.
I think last night the line was crossed.
Well, well,
Fast.
Yeah, clearly, if it's waking up this way, it has been.
and now everyone's just slapping horses' butts, and it's just a great time. And you know,
Hey,
there's no
I
troubles
thought it
in
was
the
an
world.
enemy, and I was like, "There goes your money." Sorry about that.
Man,
Yeah, can everyone just say boo Matthew for sending away 500 coins?
Right?
I'm just saying.
We don't need money here.
boo.
Personally, I'm okay with it.
Realistic D&D group. We don't need gold. We walk around in rack.
All we need is mead, guys. That's all we need.
Mead.
Yeah.
I think I have
I'll-
mead.
I do at home. I don't have it here. I didn't bring it with me.
But yeah, so everyone comes out of the woods. Happy reunion.
Cool.
And Helga, hi. How you doing? Doing good?
Good.
Good. Have you just been hanging out with Damas this whole time?
Yes. Wait, is that Chad's name? I keep
Yeah.
forgetting. How do you say it?
It's a shortened version of his name, yeah.
Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Awesome. So you guys are hanging out, but yeah, the whole party's back together, and you start on your way a little further down the trail. And as you guys are walking, though, you hear another sound. Just off the path to everyone's left a little bit. And you hear more rustling in the leaves. But this time, however, a man crawling towards the path. He's a larger man with a bald head. He has various cuts and scrapes all over his body and is bleeding quite a bit. And he's just crawling towards you. He's saying, "Help, please,
Oh, scheiße.
help me." He's crawling towards you guys.
Sounds like you guys need to help him.
Jed, could you use your heat spell to heat my sword up so I can mend his wounds?
I'm gonna Jed will look at you like, what are you talking about? And then he'll be like, oh, and I'll be like, oh, I can only do stuff like small stuff. And so I'll, if this works, I'll look at the end of your sword and cast Prestidigitation and try to heat it up and see what happens.
Okay.
It's a
All right, cool. So then, Ben, you want to use that on the guy?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a medicine check for me.
Stab him.
I was gonna say.
That one, you stab him in his heart.
oh man, no.
But yeah, Daniel, go ahead and roll a medicine roll check for me. And this one is going to be a bit more complex than Artie's was, as it's all over his face.
That would be a 7.
Okay, so you well, go ahead and tell me what you are trying to do specifically. Walk me through it a little bit.
Well, it's just trying to gently place the sword against the wounds to make sure I don't cut him, of course, but but I will have to press hard enough to actually get the wounds closed.
Yeah. So you do carefully get the sword, but as it's big and awkward, the end of it hits against a tree stump because you're lowering it to the ground. It's very low to the ground, and for a great sword especially, it's very awkward to use such a large cottering device. And you manage to close up a couple of wounds on his head, but not without a large additional scar being formed down his head, and he screams. He just screams bloody murder. and before you know it, you hear stop, and you hear 3, 4, 5. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You hear 7
Wow.
jump out of the trees around you with spears and swords pointed at you, and you hear them say, "Stop and drop to the ground." They're holding the swords to you, and these creatures, these men, as you want to call them, they do not look like ordinary men, but instead resemble, for lack of better comparison, they kind of look like Groot a little bit from Guardians of the Galaxy. They're made of wood and vines and leaves, just living plants. And they're holding these weapons towards you. And they advise you, they say, "We would not recommend fighting. Drop your weapons."
Isn't Squibbish with us?
He is.
Has he been guiding us?
He is he sees everyone pop out, and he carefully, with his hands up, waddles towards his carriage and starts gently digging through his stuff as not to be noticed, as there's a few of us, and so he's kind of trying to like grab some stuff in his bag.
But I see him doing something. Like I see him maybe trying to do. So I'm gonna let him. Maybe he's got something going on. So I'm not armed. I'm not gonna drop any weapons, but I'll keep my hands up, and I'm gonna try to distract them as best as I can.
Gotcha. What are you gonna do to distract them?
I'm gonna nudge Artie, hopefully, and then make a wall so it's not super noticeable. So he's not super noticeable behind us while it's doing that. And we're going to basically say, hey, no problem. We're not going to do anything. We're just here to, we're just traveling through. No problems at all. We just saw someone in need, and no fighting was had, and I'm just going to try to keep their attention on me.
Mm-hmm. Artie goes along with it, and like, oh, yes. We don't want any trouble, friends. We are just simply trying to make it through the forest. We mean no harm to anyone. Mm-hmm. And the surrounding creatures get closer with their spears. Now they're probably about 1.5 feet away from you with their blades, and they say, "Drop to the ground." Squibbish is having a hard time finding what he's looking for.
Okay. Can I get an insight check to see if Squibbish is looking maybe for a way to defend ourselves, or does he have can I tell if he's got a peaceful resolution? Because that will determine what I do next.
An insight check would be good.
Okay, 1 second. And anyone else can do whatever they want here.
Yeah.
Help me out. What'd you say? You said an insight?
Yes. And Chad and Alyssa, by the way, if at any point there's something you are curious about, and like because we haven't done turn initiative yet, so if there's any questions you have, or like you're like, oh, I wonder about this, just speak up. It's all good.
I got a 21 insight, by the way.
Oh, okay. Based on his demeanor, his species is very hard to read when it comes to facial cues. But you have a sense of familiarity with him for some reason. And because of this, as he's searching through his things, he seems calm. He seems calm and collected. He understands there's danger, but he doesn't seem like he's scrambling for a weapon of some kind.
Okay. All right. Okay. So based on that, I'm going to, okay. All right. Fair is fair. But I will ready an action. If they start to take my stuff,
mm-hmm.
I have certain things I have something in my, like if they try to take my musical instrument perhaps, I will cast Thunderwave on purpose.
Fair enough.
All right.
Are you a bard?
Huh?
Are you a bard?
I am a bard.
What I will do is actually cast, while I'm slowly going to the ground, cast Thuggimentary. to one second. Make sure.
That's right.
I'm gonna try and make footsteps appear, like sound like they're walking away, sort of. I can send you Thugmatary if you want me to, but
Spell it for me.
THAUMATURGY.
And you said you're making footstep sounds.
Yeah,
like
this yeah,
okay.
Oh,
like
thaumaturgy.
I remember when we had that conversation before.
Yeah. It's a hard one. It's a hard one to remember how to pronounce or spell it, or I don't know.
yeah. One of the things I
yeah.
can do is make a sound within range, and I want it to make footsteps that sound like the walking around, sort of
Okay.
like behind the tree people, try to distract them.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's a cool freaking spell, dude.
All right. And do you remember if I have you roll for that usually, or is that just
I don't know if Thugmatary.
1 second. You
Sometimes
manifest a minor wonder. It's verbal.
It's
there's
verbal.
Nothing. It's
So
also it's a cantrip. So no.
it is verbal, so I will have to say something.
So how about this? How about we do a performance check? Would that be fair?
It's okay.
You're kind of trying to create an illusion of something specifically by your own design.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that.
Okay. Yeah. Do a performance check.
Oh, convincing.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That'll be a 10.
A 10.
It's not terrible. It's right in the middle.
The one of the creatures comes up to Daniel and looks him in the eye, and he's like this. He's in your face. He gives the air of a very tribal type person, very primitive, and he gets up in your face and he just says, "Your tricks do not work here. Drop your weapons and kneel." And he
Kneel.
puts the blade to your neck and just holds it there.
All right. He says, "Kneel." That's different than drop to the ground. I will drop to one knee, as he said.
Okay. Let's see. Damus, was there anything you wanted to do, say, perform, question, anything?
I think I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. And Helga, are you in the same boat? Is there any questions you have about anything?
No, I'm good so far.
Okay. All right, no worries. So yeah, everyone at this point has been closed in on. At this time, however, Squibbish finally finds what he's looking for in the bag on the little carriage. By the way, also at the same time, the dude that was over on the ground, he's still bleeding out profusely, and his face hurts very bad. But Squibbish reaches into his bag and he pulls out the orb, and he holds it up, facing all these characters, and he doesn't say a word. He just holds it up to them and shows it to them. And one of the characters says, it seems to be a female of some kind, and a little younger than the others, still very much adult even for a tree creature. But she just lowers her weapon ever so slightly and looks at everyone, and she says, "You must come with us now," and points with her spear, motions for everyone to go with them to the general party. Squibbish takes the orb and holds it, and he goes,
What do you think, my friends?
I'll ask him, will this delay us from what we need to do?
You're asking Squibbish?
I'm asking Squibbish.
he goes,
I am old. Cannot fight well.
How many of us are there? There's 7 of them, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. 6 minus 1 because.
It's technically 6 because there's Artie as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. 6. Yeah.
2 of them
Let's,
can't fight, which is the NPCs. Or can barely fight. I don't know what the orb is capable of, except child
I do.
murder.
I think I'll just come with us. Can I do an insight check on what she said? Like, was it with malice or was it with did they have any ill intent? Can I tell by the way she said come with us?
based on what she said, it was rather in almost awe of something. It was almost in a way that she recognized the orb for some reason, and the fact that you are all in its presence grabbed her attention somehow.
Okay, so I think I'll take that and I'll motion all of us to chill and move along peacefully. You know,
Mhm.
All right.
hopefully they still let us take the carriage, but still be on guard.
Got you.
I will slowly stand up and like sheath my sword.
Mhm. Everyone sheaths their weapons and stuff. At this point, they approach you. Their weapons not out of hand, but they approach you even closer, and they begin to bind your hands behind your back. And they use very young vines to wrap them up, but they're very strong. They're very much alive. And the carriage gets left behind, and everyone walks with them deeper into the woods off the path. And as you are walking, you gradually hear the sound of what sounds like some kind of instruments, drums, maybe some flutes, and there's a giant wall of just the thickest, darkest, mossy wood in front of you, and it just seems to go on throughout the entire forest. As you approach it, however, it just splits open as all the plants themselves are alive and they're parting for you, and you enter a city, a full-on city of living plants and trees and these woodland creatures made of plants and everything. And as you're going in, they take you past literally a bustling city of just these people and into a large chamber where a old weeping willow type man sits there. His hair is like long gray moss, and he's like almost grown into the throne, as he's also made of plants. In there as well, along the wall, there are several people that you guys recognize from your ship, actually, that are bound in ropes. And there's also someone along the front of the line who, it looks like they were going through some kind of a trial, like a court trial that everyone is lined up for. And the one at the front of the line, until you had all walked in, was a character named Xander. Xander, that's Jaden, by the way, everyone.
Howdy.
Yeah, his character is there, and he has yet to speak to what is now noticed to be the chief of this place. And you are brought before the throne, and all the music stops and everything. Let's see what we got. Well, first of all, Xander, would you like to go ahead and introduce, I mean, it's been plenty long. Do you want to go ahead and introduce your character, what you are? Just tell us a little bit about Xander.
Okay, I can do that. My character's name is Xander Youngblood. he is a human, a rogue.
Of course.
Obviously. He lost his parents at a very young age.
Of course.
Grew up in a cursed city, and now basically what he does is just basically go along and looting people, you know, taking jobs for other people, stuff like that.
Cool.
Fair enough. Good old fashioned rogue. As everyone is brought before the chief sits there and he looks at you with these dark green eyes, and he looks at everyone, and the wind starts to pick up. Even though you're technically inside, it's made of trees, but wind starts to pick up, and he tilts his head as if he was listening to the wind, and he begins to speak, at first in a language that none of you recognize. It's just a jumble of some foreign tongue. But as he's listening to this wind, it slowly becomes more clear, and you hear him say,
What brought you to the forest? Speak.
I speak.
anyone.
Oh, I was chasing a horse. Or I was trying to rob people, and then the horse got away.
So honest. What an honest.
Respect.
Respect.
Honest thief.
Respect. Anyone else have anything to say for the chief?
We were just
Yeah, go ahead.
following our guide. We mean no harm to the forest.
Answer this. Are you predator or prey? Where in the balance do you lie?
I will call myself a predator, being criminals my prey.
That was good. That was good. I'm laughing because I thought of what a bard would say.
Good luck topping that, other people.
I'm a predator because pussy's my
Are you Chris Hansen?
You say it, and Chris Hansen comes out and goes, "Hi guys, so I'm here to talk to you."
He comes out of the corner and goes, have a seat.
If you're not Chris, yes. If you are Chris, no.
Oh man.
Bunch of camera guys roll out from behind the trees.
I don't know what my character would say.
Take your time.
He looks also at Damas and Helga, asks you the same question. He goes,
Are you predator or prey?
I'll keep silent. My character's just going to be quiet.
fair enough.
Dark
You have-
and
you
brooding.
have to
Yeah.
answer it silent.
I'm a predator.
I'm gonna say neither.
Neither.
Yeah.
He looks at you and seems to honor that answer actually. And he looks to the others and he says,
Bloodwalkers are forbidden in these parts. Step off the trail and you have broken the peace treaty. Now you must stand trial. You understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you understand though?
Broke us out of law. Must stand trial.
You know what? No, I don't understand.
Do you wish to use this as an excuse, perhaps, to gain some mercy, or do you want to, what would a rogue do in this situation? You've been caught, but maybe you don't know what for. What does a rogue do in this place?
I mean, I guess I was captured while I was going after the horse, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I was taken to a place that I don't know, obviously, stating out the obvious. I don't know. I feel like he tried to keep quiet and he just tried to find a way out as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to try to plead your case to the chief?
I mean, I guess I can, but I don't know exactly what I'm being put on trial for.
That's fair. I mean, let me see what I got real quick.
Can I ask him what I'm being put on trial for?
Yeah, by all means.
Can I get a
Okay.
lawyer?
Excuse me?
Can I get a lawyer? No, I'm just kidding.
Can I call Saul?
Can I
Better
call
call Saul, baby. Heck yeah. So, can I ask for his name and ask him why I am being put on trial?
Can I before all of this happens ask Squibbish to just like flash the orb and get us all out of this?
That would be a question for Squibbish.
Jaden, not to step over you. I'm just saying, like, I just thought, like, I was just saying, as all of this is happening, I think Jed would be like, wait a second. And then I'm going to turn it, like, Squibbish, hands in front or behind, wherever my hands are. And look at Squibbish and be like, can you just, like, pop that orb out and get us out of this? Like, what's going on?
Fair enough. I mean, if you want to do that, go for it. That's fine.
Because, I was going to say real quick, I don't think I have our orb. I think Willow has our orb. Unless I grabbed it. I don't remember who has the orb.
Gotcha.
Do you remember? I don't remember if I have it or not.
I do remember who has it.
Okay. I didn't write it down, so I think it's her.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, you would like to do that though?
Yeah, I'd ask Squibbish if he could just pull that thing out and we can just get this on our way. Like,
yes. So, and I'll just play it in because actually the orb was taken. You guys, your hands are bound. The orb was taken. But however, at this time, as you're all pleading your cases to the chief, the one particular root lady, if you will, she came in and she comes in with several of the guards, and she approaches the chief, walks right up to him, and she speaks to him in her native tongue, but it roughly translates, Father, they brought this with them. And he looks at it and his eyes get very large, and he takes it and he observes it, and in his hand it glows green ever so slightly, just like it's connecting with the power within him.
This belongs to you.
to Squibbish, yes.
And Squibbish speaks up and says,
Yes, that is mine. And these are the ones who also wield it, as they are part of my company.
You're getting called out.
and the chief takes it and just places it on the armrest of his throne and holds it. And his hands, his fingers being plant-like, they actually start growing around it and connect to the throne as to make like a permanent wood cage around the orb connecting it. The daughter keeps talking to him, seemingly trying to convince him of something. There's a slight dispute going on about something. He doesn't seem to want to hear her out, though. And finally, the chief is heated with the daughter and motions for her to back away. And he speaks to you all.
He goes, before further conversation, a test must take place. We will know who is predator and who is prey.
And he, with that, some guards come in and they take everyone away. The crew at this
Like
point
one
is,
with each guard. Are we all together?
what's that?
Like one person with a guard, or like is everybody together?
So they actually take you in two separate groups, split up as evenly as possible. Let me see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 of you.
And Artie.
Funny enough, as they're taking everyone away, Squibbish and Artie are taken separately to stand next to the chief. Artie at this point is very confused, very scared, and he's going, "What's going on? Where are you taking them?" And he stands up there. Squibbish is calm. He seems calm. But yes, everyone is being separated though. At this time, I'm going to allow you guys to discuss among yourselves. There are 5 of you. So there has to be 3 in one group and 2 in another. Who wants to group up with who?
I want to group up with Chad.
There's a shocker.
Yeah, if you guys want to 2 off and then I can 3 with the others, are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got Helga, we got
So
Thomas,
And then
and then was it the 3 of you in another group? Is that right?
yeah, if that's how you
Okay.
were gonna separate us.
Yeah.
Helga and Thomas, and then we got Xander, Jed, and Daniel. All right. As everyone is drawn away, you are each drawn in separate directions around a magnificently enormous tree that's been hollowed out on the inside. As you go in, there are doors, more like gates that raise, and you are walked inside, and the doors shut behind you. In the middle of this giant tree, you can sort of see through to the other side. For Helga and Damas, you guys enter the cage that you've been put in, which is way less of a cage and more of a enclosure, if you will. The gate slams behind you. It's made of heavy wood, and in the very center of this full circle of the tree, it's been divided in 2, with some various carvings into the thick wood on the outside. But you see before you just very dim lighting and water, a lot of water, and some logs and some mud. Nothing too crazy, although it feels very off. And on the opposite side, Xander, Jed, and Daniel, same situation. You're led in. You can kind of see Helga and Damas through little openings in the wood, but not enough to get through to communicate with them or interact with them. Same thing for you guys. It's very dimly lit, a lot of water and almost like swampiness as the gate shuts behind you. You hear a voice after the gate shuts, and it's actually the daughter of the chief. And she says, "Listen to me. You need to win the chief's favor. If you survive this, do your best not to use fire. It is forbidden in our lands. Good luck." She runs off. Everyone, take your D20 and roll initiative.
19.
I want to
Again.
point out I got a natural 20.
Ooh.
So
Okay,
that is a
so-
19 because I have minus 1 to initiative.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Everybody's rolling so high, and I'm like 7.
I got 6.
There you go. Yeah, every
I'm
time.
You know, like it It sucks, but it's honesty. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I
I'm
roll
like,
like
oh my
that.
God, man.
A random
Oh, 'cause
got frowned upon us, man.
Wait, so what'd you get, Chad?
you
I got
6.
Okay, I got you. And then Alyssa,
rolled
what'd you get?
I got a 15.
Okay. All right.
Dang.
Do you need proof? I can send a picture.
No, I trust you. I trust you. It's all good.
She rolled like 10 times.
No, I didn't. I fucking rolled once. Shut up.
Oh, wait, wait. Did the other person also get 19? I just realized.
Yeah, I got 19.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What's your dex, real quick?
My dex?
Yeah.
Let me check.
It's a 15.
That's higher than mine. He goes first.
Okay.
I
My
think it's a
dex is-
15.
What? Mine says 16 on dex.
It's still higher than mine, so yeah.
16,
you go
yeah,
first.
sorry. I knew it was close to that. My bad.
All right.
That's right. I have Xander's character sheet.
You do have my character sheet. I sent it to you.
Try not to break shit in the bathroom.
It happens. It happens. As everyone is waiting in the silence, though, you actually see in the surrounding of the tree as it's been hollowed out, there's like windows in it, and multiple of these plant people are peeking their heads in and watching for something. At this point, everyone in the arena hears the bubbling of 2 other gates, one in each of your chambers, opening up, and it's mostly at the water's level with a slight gap, but it's pitch black inside, carved out from the inside of the tree, and you just each see the movement of something large and dark under the surface of the water, bubbles trailing behind it, slowly approaching you. In turn order, Xander, you are the furthest into the cage, or the arena, if you will. I know it's kind of hard to do this type of combat via Skype and everything, but go ahead and take your actions, if you will. Ask questions. If you want to move or anything, just let me know, and we will go from there.
But you want to stay
Okay.
in order, right?
Next in line will be Helga, by the way. So Helga, be thinking about what you would like to do.
So we still have our weapons.
Yes, you still have weapons.
Okay. So I guess I can pull out my short sword.
Mhm. And would you like to venture any further into the arena at all? Right now, where you're standing, you're on a patch of muddy ground, and there's a trail would be a generous statement, but there is a mound of mud that is very thin, probably about as thick as both of your feet's width together. And it trails forward and winds and opens into a left island of some kind and then a right island of some kind. Everything else is fairly deep water, maybe like waist deep.
Yeah, I'll stay where I am.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't trust the winding, tiny little narrow path.
No worries, no worries. Would you like to ready an action, perhaps?
Can you explain?
Yeah. So ready in it. Well, actually, I kind of feel like I ought to have one of the other guys do it because I'm like so ambitious. But like, readying an action, that would basically be like decide what you want to do, so that way your next turn you can just go ahead and do it. Would that be pretty much correct, Ben / Matthew?
Yeah. What ready an attack basically means is you prepare an action and then set a trigger for that action. So once that trigger happens, you can use your reaction to activate that action when it happens. So you're like, I save my attack for when they attack. And then when they attack, you gotta activate your reaction to also attack. when they attack.
Yeah,
Okay,
it would jump to you.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess since I'm new to the group, or I don't know who, obviously, the people who I'm around are, I think I'll stay a fair amount behind them until they need help.
Okay. All right. So you're standing back. Helga, we're to you now, and Daniel will be next afterwards.
All right.
I'm kind of hopping between the two chambers, so yeah.
Yeah.
And Helga, it's like kind of the same. It's pretty much the same situation, as far as the layout of everything goes. There is, however, in the left pond closest to you, you do see bubbles much closer than the initial entrance of whatever was there.
Bubbles? Like what kind of bubbles? Like something's gonna come out? Pop out?
Bubbles like something is definitely in the water. If you want to do a perception check, I would be happy to oblige you there.
Well, what's that? What's a
You would just roll a
Whatever you said.
d20. You would just roll a d20, and based on
Okay.
the result of that, I tell you basically what you see.
Okay, cool. Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. And the 14.
You look into
You
the
said
water.
D20, right?
Yes, yeah. You said a 14?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you approach the water just ever so slightly, and even though it's very murky and deep, you look in and you see two large yellow eyes looking up at you from the water.
That's it? Just two eyes?
Two eyes attached to something.
Okay. So what are our options? What do I do now? Just
Really,
can I
imagine-
walk away? Can I back up?
You're pretty much right at the entrance still, so there's not a whole lot of backing up you can do.
Alright, cool.
But whatever it is in the water is slowly getting closer, almost like hovering closer while under the water.
Okay. Well, can I hit it?
You're welcome to try to. Yeah, roll a d20, and what
Okay.
weapon do you have?
But what do I use? I don't know what I have. Oh, I don't know. How do I know?
What's that? How do you do it?
How do I know which one I have? Or does it matter?
If you have a weapon on your character sheet, then just choose that one and roll a d20 to see if you hit.
Okay.
And then after that, we do
I
damage.
got a 2. Oh, I got a 2.
You got a 2. Okay. And what weapon did you use out of sheer curiosity?
I don't know. Whatever I have on me.
Do you have your character sheet on you?
I'm looking. It's been a while since I've looked at this, so I'm really sorry.
It's okay. Let's see. And then, yeah, Daniel is going to be after. So go ahead and be thinking about what you want to do, Daniel.
Got it.
So where is it under? Is it under abilities or actions? Is it under actions?
You're using D&D Beyond, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So on there, because I use like the actual character sheets things.
What are you looking for?
She's just looking for what type of weapon she has.
Oh, it's
Inventory.
yeah, go
right?
to inventory. Yeah.
Then equipment,
Oh,
inventory, and equipment.
okay. I have a warhammer. I want to use a warhammer.
Okay, all right.
And did you roll you rolled a d20 to hit, right?
Yeah, and I got a 2.
Did
You
you
got
add
it.
your proficiency and strength?
Oh my god, how do I do that?
So here, look real quick. I'll show you. back on your abilities, saves, and senses with your strength.
Mm-hmm.
Here, 1 sec. Let me pull it up in front of me. So it'll kind of look. Let's see if it'll. 1 sec. Sorry, it's not gonna log.
Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it.
1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. I need to get rid of this stupid freaking blur. No. Okay. So it kind of looks like this.
Yeah.
So with the Warhammer, your strength is going to be your to hit. So mine's a 13. Whatever your strength is, add that plus to your hit, and then your proficiency bonus will be right here. This is a
so
different
it's-
character of mine,
Oh,
but you'll
So
have
it says like the top one, right, or the bottom one
the plus.
under the strength.
you'll add this the one
So I
above the
have
strength.
0 and then my is 0.
Okay, and then your
Okay.
proficiency bonus.
2.
So you got a what again? A 3?
Would it be a 4? Oh, I don't know. Because I rolled a 2. Does it?
And then
is
you're
it
adding
the
a 4.
same?
Yep, it would be a 4. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So as you take your Warhammer, you
Mhm.
approach the eyes, and they look rather small. And Helga, not having a lot of experience in combat, she's like, you know what? I got a big hammer. Those are some small eyes. Let's just nerf this thing. And she winds back to swing down at it. The hammer gets caught in a twig hanging overhead, though. And she sits there with her arms above her head and looks up, and she looks down. At that time,
I'll be back.
the owls leap out of the water, giant teeth surrounding them, as you are faced with a humongous crocodile leaping towards you, and it goes to bite you. What is now, Helga? What is your armor class?
Oh shit. Hang on.
It's okay.
That's gonna be under your character picture all the way to the right. So kind of like character
Oh,
picture.
11.
Yeah.
It's 11. All right. The crocodile clamps onto you, and it does deal you damage. And we're gonna see how much damage it deals you.
Well, I have a question though. So from the last time we played, do like I add like the stuff I got damaged before? Because I had 3 damage last time. So am I still injured?
Well,
or
we'll just say that you're starting fresh with your health and everything. So whatever it was when you first made it, that's what you got.
You max out
okay.
your health.
And what is your health, by the way?
shit, where's that at?
It's gonna be top. It'll be in a little blue box at the top right of your phone. Or
Matthew, you're my hero.
13.
I need to get to
Is
you.
that, does that say like hit points? I have 13.
hit points. Yeah.
You have 13.
Yes.
Are
Okay.
you level 2?
Am I dead?
Oh, you know what? She's probably not level 2.
Is Helga level 2?
Yeah, Chad, are you level 2 yet?
Yeah, I'm level 2.
I'm level 1.
I'm level 1.
Oh.
Roll. Go into your d20 right here,
Alright, we'll do
and
that.
don't hit the d20. Roll a. You're a barbarian, correct?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm a paladin.
You're a paladin. I think
Oh.
it's still a d. It's still a d12 though. So roll a d12 and
Oh wait, I should know
then
this. One second.
roll a
Okay.
d12 and then add your constitution. Is it constitution modifier? That's right.
It is
dude.
Constitution. That is health.
Yeah. So roll a d12 and then add your constitution. Tell me what your constitution
Oh,
score
I should
is.
know this.
Oh, I got a 5. I rolled a 5.
5. What's your constitution score?
For the plus, it's a 3.
Yes. So add 8 to that 13. You can write it down. And we'll just say you're level 2. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to backseat DM. I'm just saying it.
No, you're helping so much. Thank you. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Cool.
Hit points
Just
is
give
a
yourself-
D10, not a D12.
Is it a D10?
It's a D10.
Well, let's say she got a 5 because it was on.
Yeah, it's fine.
It is a D10. Daggum. Okay. Yeah, but so you add 8 to that, so you had 13, so you have 20. What? 8, 19. Yeah, 21.
Okay, so your new starting health is 21. You got that, Alyssa?
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to leave the call for a second, okay?
Yeah, that's fine, bro.
You should be fine. Yeah, you just went, so it'll be a while before it wraps back around to you.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, now that you have your new starting health, the
Wait,
crocodile.
how do I add that to my sheet? Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Um,
Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were done or not.
Pardon?
You'll have to. 1 second,
Oh,
Max.
okay.
I think I
I keep
can go.
forgetting you guys aren't on paper sheets. Oh, my brain.
I mean, I'm writing it down, but I don't know. I'm just writing shit down. I could also
Just-
use
just-
the app.
Gotcha. I would write it down and then level it up later.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, just let me know when you're ready and everything.
Armor class can't be right for a
I'm
paladin.
ready.
You said you're ready?
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that.
So, the crocodile lurches out of the water and latches onto Helga's torso, pulling her towards the water. As it turns, it actually uses its tail to whip at Damas, who is nearby. First of all, Helga, you got 11 points of damage, so it's a good thing. Matthew reminded everyone about level up health, because yeah, you just took a good knock of damage there. Chad, for your well, first of all, what is your armor class?
12.
12. Okay. The crocodile rolls.
Wait, I have a question. Real quick. So if I level up, does that change my armor class and all that kind of stuff? Or it just stays the same?
No, that would stay the same.
Yeah, so that would stay the same, but eventually, depending on your level, you can unlock stronger armor and weapons and this, that, and the other stuff like that. So
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, so you took your points, and then Chad, the crocodile whips its tail towards you and deals you, yep, 8 points of damage, just knocking you back a couple
All right,
feet.
what did I miss? I'm sorry, I had to take a call.
Everyone's dead. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, game's over. We lost.
But yeah, crocodile came out, it attacked Helga, attacked Damas, which let's see where we are. Jed, we're to you.
Okay.
Completely skipped me.
Wait, who did I skip? Ben?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot, yep, that's right. So
Sorry,
everyone. Okay, so Ben, you're on deck. Or no. Golly. Matthew, you're on deck. Ben, you're up. So sorry about that, everyone.
Got it. All right. Yeah. Okay. So.
Your crocodile is still in the water, but it is approaching quickly, and its head rises out and it starts stomping towards you, getting closer. It's doing a land-based attack.
Wait, so it's out of the water.
It's out of the water, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I will cast Bless on me and my two people.
Okay.
So every time you guys attack or make a saving throw, make sure to add a d4 to that.
Mhm.
You too.
And that'll only apply to Xander and Jed.
Yes.
Yeah, because you guys are chambered differently.
And I also can only cast it on 3 people. So.
Sure.
Okay. Then I will draw my greatsword and attempt to stab at.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna like swing my sword like a club. Just try to
Yeah, I
chop
was about to
him in
say,
half.
don't try to stab him. Just
Yeah.
swing at him.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go for it. Roll an attack roll for me.
That's terrible. Be an 8.
An 8.
Yep.
Your sword just bounces off of its very thick scales.
I'd.
I've got.
Bounces back.
Wait. We got.
Um,
Does making it a 9 change anything?
making it a 9? No, it does not. It just
I've
makes it
got
bounce
to
a
add
little
my
louder.
bliss. So yeah.
You're good. But yeah, sword bounces off, and then let me see that. You still have 1 action left, correct?
But I think bless and attack would count as 2 actions.
That's true. Okay. All right.
I will place myself. I will attempt to move myself closer to the crocodiles to separate him from my teammates.
Got you. Okay, so yeah, you put yourself between your teammates and the crocodile.
Yep.
Bringing it to Jed. Jed, what's your vibe? You see him up front getting into a scrap with a giant crocodile.
Is it dark?
Is it dark? It's dim. I wouldn't say dark.
But we can see. We're going to be
Yes,
able to fight.
you can see. No dark vision needed or anything like that.
All right, and so I'm good there. I think I'm going to. Yeah.
Remember, don't use fire. Nobody use fire. Need that.
Yeah, I remember that. You shout that out while we're all fighting. Nobody use fire. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to point at, since he just attacked and missed, I'm gonna point and then bring my I think I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna bring my lyre out and actually play a song and cast Bardic Inspiration on Daniel.
Yes.
Which basically, one creature other than yourself within 60 feet of you can hear you. This creature gains 1 Bardic Inspiration die, so it's a D6.
D6. All right. I can add that to most any roll.
Yes. Roll, ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So yes,
Yep.
every roll you can make.
Yep.
Let me make sure I'm all right. That's a bonus action too, not even my action. So I do that. Sorry guys.
You're
And
good.
then I'm going to cast. Okay, I don't know if this.
Chad, you're next, by the way. After it'll be the crocodile on their side, and then it'll be you.
All right, so I'm going to cast, because I've never done it before and it might not work, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to cast Sleep on this monster. Okay, I'm going to read it to you, and I want you to tell me how it goes. Okay,
Go for it.
I'm just going to read this real quick. The spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures within 20 feet of a point you chose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures. Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the creature with the next lowest hit points. A creature's hit points must be equal to or less than the remaining total for that creature to be affected. And then, of course, it says undead and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by the spell. Now, my brain doesn't comprehend what this means.
I actually know this spell really well. So
Okay, explain it to me then, because my brain's not working.
Okay, so just imagine you choose a point, and then anything within a circle of that point,
Falls
you
asleep.
Yeah, but to figure that out, you would roll your what was it, 5d8?
5d8.
Okay, and first I believe you would take the highest HP monster and minus it against the dice.
Oh, so if his health, if his health is greater than that, he falls asleep and nothing else does.
No, if his health is above it, he won't fall asleep. If it's below it, you minus it from the dice number, and then you move on to the next target, and then see if his health is above or below it. And if his
Oh.
the next target is above it, below it, if it's below it, you minus that to the dice number, and then move on to the next one. And eventually, you
Is there a way to whittle it down, or is it just like a one-time hit? Oops, it didn't work. Keep going.
it will be just a one-time hit right now. He will be at full HP, but since there is only one of them, it will probably take all the dice to do. And since you have a range of 60 feet and it's you can choose from, you can actually not catch teammates in it because I'm the only one close to it, and you can cast it like 20 feet behind it, so only the gator is caught in the AoE.
Gotcha. Okay, so I want to basically do that and see if I can knock him down. So you said 5d8, right?
I believe so. You're the one who had the spell up.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, it's 5d8. That's right. All right, I'm gonna roll him. See what happens.
It's basically if you roll above the gator's health, it will fall asleep.
Oh, got you. Okay, and then it takes damage until it's woken up. All right, or until the spell wears off. So
No, it will not take it will not take damage. If it does take damage, it will wake up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so I got 30. That's what I got. I got a 30.
Got 30. Does not work. The gator is still the croc is still going towards you.
Okay.
Or
Gotcha.
towards Daniel, anyways.
So that was my action. I'm gonna draw my sword and chill.
Okay. All right. So if you're good with that,
Well, I'm backing up. Sorry, I'm backing up Daniel. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay. Was that your last action though?
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Okay. Daniel, the crocodile snaps at you.
All right.
But it just catches just the corner of your armor and pulls off of it. It did not affect you. But it turns to retreat to the water after that. And what's your armor class again?
17.
Okay. It turns to whip you with its tail as it leaves. But again, it just brushes your knee and kind of makes you stumble a little bit as it goes back towards the water.
Is it actually walking away from me?
It's turning and it's walking towards the nearest pool. Very kind of slowly. The spell didn't make it fall asleep, but it made it a little drowsy.
All right.
So,
if it's leaving my attack range, may I do an attack of opportunity?
Sure, go for it.
All right. I will take my reaction.
Remember, you have a bardic inspiration set.
Yeah, I'll use that when I need it. Especially when I use a smite, but that's not right now. That would be a 22 to hit.
Hey.
That'll do it.
All right. 6 plus 2. That is 11 damage. 11 slashing damage. Slashing.
All right. You just slashing him across the back pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, you wind up your sword, and as he's trying to get into the water, you slash him, leaving a large cut across his back, and he hisses as he squirms to get in the water quickly. He is completely inside now. Going back over to Damas and Helga. Helga, you're still in the jaws of the croc, and it's actually trying to drag you towards the water. It missed it hit Damas with its tail, flinging you back against the wall, and you get up, and it is your turn, Damas. What would you like to do as it's dragging Helga back towards the water?
All right. I would like to go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast at back. Try to stop it from kind of pulling back, disengage, cripple them in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And go ahead and roll for that, or if it says to roll for it on there.
It's 1d10 plus 3 for my charisma modifier.
Okay, yeah, go for it. And let me know what you get.
That should be the damage. It should be a roll to hit, like a regular d20 plus your spell casting modifier to actually hit. Yeah, it's Eldritch. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
All right, I got a 10 added on my 1d10.
Or roll the d20 first. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah.
That's the way to do it. 19.
19. All right, you hit it, dude. And then go ahead and deal damage to it.
He already rolled the damage, which was a 10, right?
Oh, a 10? Was that it?
10
Yeah.
plus the
Plus what?
13, right?
Oh, plus 3. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's
Sweet. So minus 13.
That's a lot of damage.
How much damage do we do on ours?
Not
Whatever, so
enough to
far.
kill it.
Well, obviously.
Apparently, they have over 30 health, so.
No, these are pretty hefty gators. Like or crocs. They're large and very tough.
Damn
But
it.
you actually, but Damas, as you do your attack on it, the croc trembles a little bit and actually releases Helga from its clutch as it turns to then approach you. But before that, Xander, we're back to you. The croc on your side is in the water in the shallow end, but he's circling around to come back out any moment now. You see bubbles in the water just approaching.
Okay. I'm gonna have to get close to him because the only other weapon I have is a rapier, and I can't use that.
May I suggest stealthing?
I
Or
mean,
yes.
I can, but I mean, what will that do? I mean, he already sees me.
It will give you an option. If you can properly do it, it gives you an option for a sneak attack, so you can deal more damage on your first attack.
Definitely.
So
He's focused on us, right?
It's true.
So should I like flank around him and like try to get out of his sight and then like come around and like try to like stab him in the back with my
Excuse me.
That would be a good idea, yeah.
Okay,
I would
so I
definitely
guess
try.
I will try to get out of his eyesight and try to hide for
Okay, so you're rolling stealth then, right?
yes.
All right. Go for it.
D20.
Yes.
I got a 12.
Plus your stealth.
Add your dex, basically.
Yeah, basically. And proficiency, because you should be proficient when you're.
Nice.
So add what?
Your dexterity plus your proficiency.
So plus 3,
Yeah,
plus 2, 5,
plus 3, plus 2,
17.
17.
17.
17?
Bad.
Yeah.
Yep. That will work. You definitely, inside this arena, there are logs and other like waist-sized plants. It's definitely, there's light in there, but there's a lot of shadows as well. And you just slip into one of the shadows and are hiding very well. So it did not even notice you. So good job on that. Let me see. How many actions was that? Was that one action?
It will only be a stealth roll, so and I guess maybe some
Cool.
movements. Yeah, I guess it would be one action.
Okay. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to do, Xander?
I mean, if I'm out of sight, out of mind, I want to go for an attack.
All right. Yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
So I think, I mean, like I said, a rapier is not going to go through his skin.
It will.
Well, and we'll say for context, the pond that it's in, you're wandering up a fallen tree that's kind of like wet and slick with algae and stuff, and you're kind of wandering up there to get a higher viewpoint on it as it's passing underneath you towards the other.
Okay, so it's underneath me?
It is underneath you in elevation. It's not directly, but it's like under and in front.
All right. Well, I'm going to pull an Assassin's Creed and I'm going to try to jump on him, like stab my short sword into him.
Sneak attack.
Okay. Now,
Sneak attack.
it's going to be tough because it is still in the water. The water's going to make a little resistance, but it's doable though if you want to go for it.
I will go for it.
Go for it, dude.
All right.
Remember, you're blessed. Add
18, baby.
add a D4.
18.
I guess 18 would probably hit.
And add a D4.
Yeah, add a
so
D4. My blessed.
Add D4.
Yeah, roll. Yep, I blessed you guys. So each attack
it this
roll.
one?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, roll D4.
I got a 3.
All right, so that's,
Bro, you straight up Assassin's Creed this thing, and you take your weapon and you just jump down into the water and it splashes. And when the white foamy water clears down, Jed and Daniel just see you literally on the back of this giant croc, just like Aragorn, or not Aragorn, Gimp. The elf guy from Lord of the Rings. I'm like Legolas. Yeah, Legolas on like the head of that troll thing, where you're just riding it using the sword as a handle. Go ahead and roll damage for it, man.
D20.
No.
No, whatever your weapon says for its
Rapier, you said?
No, I'm using my short sword.
sword. Okay.
It's like a D6.
D6.
Oh wait, I'm double checking you, bud.
Yeah, I gotta find it.
I'm right here. I got it. You said short sword.
Yeah, it's a D6.
It's a D6. Yeah.
But
Okay,
also add another
It's
D6
doubled.
because your sneak attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So roll 2 D6s.
Okay. I got
Probably
a
you're gonna be next, just FYI.
a 9.
All right, you can also
Okay.
add either your strength or dexterity to the damage since it's also a finesse weapon.
Oh, I can. So I want to add my dexterity, which is +3.
All right, so that
12.
that will make it 12 damage.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yep.
Very nice. So yeah, your sword's in this thing, and it's flailing. You're just like riding a bull at this point, and it's just flailing around the water, having a bad time to say the least. Okay, cool. So yeah, you maneuver, you did your actions. Helga, it is your turn.
So I'm still riding this thing, and it's not
Yeah.
dead.
No, not dead.
We've done like
Just very angry.
23 health. It has above 30, so yeah, it's not dead yet.
Okay. I'm gonna get some water. Be right back.
Helga, you with us still?
Hello.
Fun.
Wait,
Here
can
you
you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Because I
I
switched
can
my
now.
computer.
We can hear you
Can
now.
you hear me? Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
Fine.
You're good. No worries. Are you ready to take your turn?
Sure.
Okay. So you just were released from the jaws of the crocodile, and you pick up your weapon again, which is not in the tree any longer. But you are face to face with this thing. So, what would you like to do?
Oh, fucking get to safety.
It's a safety.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's totally an option. Let's see. How does disengaging particularly work?
For
Oh,
for regular people, it's an action that you can use to just make sure your opponent can't get attack of opportunity when you walk out of their attack range.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you, because like I genuinely don't use that very often, so can you talk her through how to take that action?
It's very simple. You just say I disengage using one of your actions, and then you are free to walk away. And, yeah, there's no rolling involved.
Okay, all right. So that's one of your actions. Is there anything else you would like to do? You turn and you do create some space. You're maybe about 10 feet away now. You sprint back, and the wall of the arena is behind you.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
I'm just gonna heal.
May I suggest something, actually?
Sure.
Yeah. Paladins do have an ability called Lay on Hands, which you can use as another action, because we could do those.
Is that to heal myself?
Yes,
Where do you see all the spells? Is it under spells?
I'm not exactly sure what Lay on Hands is, actually, because I don't use D&D Beyond. But I know you definitely do have 10 hit points. You as an action,
10.
you can just heal someone with that. And so you
Can
just
I do
like
it to myself then?
you can do it to yourself, yes. So you can heal yourself 10 points, or as many as 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is on D&D Beyond, but you definitely have that if you're a paladin.
Yeah. Okay. Can I do that then?
It's up to Douglas because I'm just making sure you're a paladin.
I am.
Okay.
All right, so what was the initial question then? Was there a question?
Oh, can I do that?
She wishes to attempt to use lay on hands to heal herself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So do I roll for that?
Nope, it's
Nope.
lay on hands.
It's
Is just
instantaneous.
you can either choose one or all, which is 10 hit points to just heal yourself with.
Oh, so if I do 10 hit points, that means I only have like 1 point left.
Yeah. I think so.
Is it worth it, or do I just?
I mean, yeah, it's just like you almost to full health. And then
Yeah, I'll say that's up to your discernment, really.
yeah, it's up to you. I just wanted to tell you that was there.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'll heal myself.
All right.
Okay, cool. And then, was there anything else, or is that it?
No, that's it.
Okay, Daniel. We're to you, and that's going to be followed by Damas. So, Daniel, go ahead.
All right. So I see this thing
Yeah.
wailing
and
around in the water.
Xander is riding it like a bull with his sword in its back.
All right. So I'm gonna guess it's around like in the middle of this lake of some sort.
Yeah, it's pretty much right on the shore of it. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
its back half is still in the water at this point, and its front half is out of the water, and it's just flailing around, trying to get Xander's sword out of its back.
All right. So I will the bonus action.
Okay.
Excuse me. Searing Smite, is that flames?
And for reference, they're about 5 to 10 feet to your right in front of you.
I will obviously move right next to it.
Okay.
I gotta make sure I know what spell I'm using.
No, man, just come around.
That's fire, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So I'll use one of my spell slots to do an extra D8 damage with this attack.
Okay.
And I'll roll to hit with my greatsword using my bardic inspiration.
Sweet.
Man, that is 13 to hit.
13 to hit. As you swing down to hit it, again, your sword it sticks into the scales itself. It gets stuck for just a moment, but doesn't quite hack through. But the creature does cry out in its weird hiss, growl, crocodile sound. And this thing is hissed, and it just looks at you. And even with Xander on its back, it starts to focus in on you and starts out of the water towards you.
So I'm still on its back, and he's crawling towards me.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. It's basically the equivalent of when like a bunch of toddlers will like climb on top of like their dad's back or something like that to try to tackle him, and he just keeps moving. Like he's uncomfortable. He's having a bad time, but he's strong. He's very strong.
You're having a good time.
And Daniel, you have one more action, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't attack. What can I do? I can't do that yet. I wait till level 3 to do that. So no one's been hit yet, so I don't need to heal. That'll be it. Actually, I will take, if you allow me to use the the dodge action.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so he will have disadvantage on any attacks towards me.
Okay. Yep, I can take that. Damas, you are up. Jed, you are next. So, Damas, the crocodile just went for Helga, and it is approaching you. And Helga did land a hit on it, if I remember correctly. Yes.
All right. So is it like coming to attack me?
Yes, it's turning its head and is starting to stalk towards you as well, and its mouth is wide open. Which is like pretty much the width of its mouth is pretty much how tall you are. It's that big.
I guess I'm going to attempt to dodge then.
Okay. Okay. So you can dodge that, and that'll be your first action, and I'll just save that for when it attacks. So after dodging, how does that work, guys? I'm like overthinking it tonight or not thinking it through enough. So if he wants to dodge at the beginning of his attack, then that would mean that it would have disadvantage towards its attack, right? Is that how that works?
I don't know. I don't use dodging.
I don't use dodge.
The dodge action is also, it's simple. It's like the disengage, but
Okay.
just all it does is until your next turn, every attack on you, since you took the dodge action, has disadvantage.
Okay. All right. So you
Yeah.
you dodge as your
First.
first action because yeah, it snaps at you and you jump out of the way. For that, you got 2 more. You can maneuver. You can attack. What would you like to do?
All right. For my other 2, I would like to cast. Think now. I'd like to go ahead and cast True Strike on him,
Okay.
and then I'm also gonna cast Eldritch Blast as my second one again.
Okay. Well, walk me through the first one, and yeah, go ahead and do that one, and then we'll just do the next one afterwards.
True Strike is simple. I point a finger at a target in range. My magic grants me brief insight into the defenses. On my next turn, I gain advantage for my first attack roll.
Got you. Okay. All right. So that's good, and then the one after that.
I'm doing Eldritch Blast again.
Okay. All right. So yeah, go ahead and roll for the attack on that. It's approaching you with its mouth wide open.
Got you rolling. I got a 9.
You got a 9. You direct Eldritch Blast towards it, but it breaks right on through and just ignores it completely, pretty much. Like it just winces at it, but then it goes ahead and is on you. It snaps, but your armor class is better than that. So it closes down its jaws and it actually grabs the cuff of your shirt and starts pulling you. It hasn't gotten your skin, but it starts pulling you towards the water again. And backs up. Let me see. And Helga is out of range of it. So yeah, it starts backing towards the water. With that, Jed, we're to you.
Okay.
We're to you. Xander is still
Now,
back and everything.
Something I must have missed. Are we in separate cages from each other?
Yeah.
Yes, you're in separate cages. There's a wall dividing you, and it's kind of like a fence, but it's made of like wood and vines and stuff. So you can see each other. You just can't like touch each other or anything.
Cool. We probably need to try to help. We got to kill the one. We got to focus on the one we're trying to kill right now first, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna run up and try to murder it with my sword.
Okay, go for it. So it's charging at Daniel at this moment, but you're coming up with your sword and you're gonna attack it.
Yes.
Remember the D4.
Yes. Give me 1 sec. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just had to do math.
And if you guys are good, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. So have fun talking amongst yourselves.
The silence.
The sound of silence.
I wanted to
Okay,
say
cool.
actually.
Cool. I got a 20.
Man, I don't know what to do next because I'm on an alligator's back.
Keep stabbing it.
But if I take my sword out, he can fling me off his back or something.
Well, use your
Nah.
use your rapier and stab it with that instead.
True.
I got a 20.
Oh, you got 20?
hmm
I got you. Very good. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it, dare I say. So yeah, tell me about it. What are you doing to this thing?
Well, I did 11 damage.
Okay.
Basically, I run around and pull out my rapier.
Mhm.
Hear that, Jaden? Rapier, not useless. I pull my rapier out and I try to poke it in the eye to maybe take some blind out, but I don't know if I hit him or not. I basically reach out, stab, and bring it back in.
I got you.
Uh,
Well, you do hit it. You actually hit it and it grazes its eye, but then when it turns, it just sinks its own head into it on accident because it's flailing still and everything. And in that eye, you just see this dark, like almost blue-green blood coming out of it, and it hisses really loud, and it's like about to start really going crazy. It's like untamed right now, but it's getting very tired of all the childish tricks and everything. And that was still your first one, correct?
yeah, I just hit him.
Okay, all right. Was there anything else you wanted to do with that?
I don't think. I think it's an action. Yeah. No, there's nothing else I can do.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I'm just gonna make sure I'm beside Daniel, and I'm gonna get ready to fight.
Okay. All right. So at this point, the crocodile that Xander is on top of, it is seeing these three people attacking him and flailing. He realizes it's not working, and then the crocodile, just in a split instant, it drops to the flat of its belly and straightens its body out, and it starts rolling viciously. At this point, go ahead and let me see. We're gonna do a check for Xander to see if he gets out of the way on time. I assume you want to, correct, Xander?
Yeah, I want to get out of the way.
Yes, they probably don't want to do that. So, just go ahead and make a d20 roll against the crocodile for that one.
This saving throw?
Technically yes, but I got too lazy to think of which one, so I'm just having him roll against the crocodile directly.
No, you're fine. I'm wondering if he adds my bless to it.
Okay, yeah, I mean the bless can absolutely help with that. Mhm.
Yeah, remember to roll a d4 also.
So
Okay,
and
so
a D4?
Yep,
Okay.
add it to it.
Okay, well, I got a 9 on the D20 and a 3 on the D4.
Plus your
Dexterity?
4 for your dex.
Yeah.
And you probably have your proficiency, or so 3. So you
Well, I
probably
can
have
go ahead.
5.
I was gonna say I can go ahead and tell you you made it off of it.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was fine. It starts rolling, and he does this super cool like rogue front flip thing off of it, and like superhero lands in the mud. And,
I
like,
get my
spins
sword
around.
out of him, right?
Yes, you do get your sword out of him, unless I want it to be mean, but I'm not gonna be mean. So, yeah, you pull the sword out of him and you land superhero style, and the thing just keeps rolling and regains some of its sanity a little bit after the sword has been taken out of its back. And let's see. We're going to do, and actually, Xander, it is back to you.
Okay.
I may have underestimated how OP'd these crocodiles were, but y'all are tough. You can take it.
Well, it's half blind, right? Matthew got it in its eye.
Mm-hmm. It is now, yes.
Like we're having trouble with 3v1, so I'm kind of afraid what the 2 people are against.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm gonna wanna roll around its blind side and try to stab it in its stomach
Got you.
while it's rolling over.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Since it's rolling over, would it be prone?
What?
I guess Alakanda can't be prone. Actually, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I don't know that much personally, but I was gonna say like, I'll have to look into it.
I'm trying to help him get sneak attack.
Okay.
Sure.
It's like,
Do I roll a D4 too?
yes.
Okay. Okay, so I got a 16 on my D20 and a 2 on my D4.
Okay. And yes, you do strike it in its underbelly as it's rolling over very quickly. And then yeah, go ahead and roll damage for it.
And that's D6, right?
D6, yeah.
Yeah.
You did not get sneak attack this time, so it's only the D6. But you still do add your dexterity to it.
For damage, yeah.
Yeah, for damage, yep.
Okay, I got a 4. My dex is 3, so 7.
So 7, you said?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
It's concentration 0. Make sure I got it. Yes.
So as you use your blade and it strikes the soft underbelly of this reptile, it rolls and the blade just glides across it, almost like you're filleting a fish. And the skin breaks open and blood starts circulating in the water, and it starts like rushing towards you. But this thing is hurting bad. So that was a good one. Helga, you are still against the oh wait, Xander, that was still like your first action. Was that no, that was like what, 2 actions? 3 actions.
Yeah, because I had to roll off.
That's true, that's true. Let me see. Was that the end of your turn, or was there anything else you wanted to do? I think you technically have 1 left.
Well, if I could go in for another attack, I would. Is my sword in his stomach?
No, it's in your hand.
Alright.
I would think that for now we only get 1 attack per an action turn, right?
Yeah.
Because multi-attack's still a thing, so
Yeah.
we'll get more attacks sooner than later.
I think I'll just fall behind Daniel.
Okay. All right, so you're good. Yeah, so Helga, we're to you now. And yeah, we'll just do like side and side. That's so much easier. So yeah, Helga and then Damas. We'll do it that way. So Helga, you're still against the wall with your hammer, and you see that Damas is over here in this quick dodging back and forth combat with this crocodile that's snapping at him. What do you do?
What do I do?
What do you do?
Oh, so you said I'm against the wall, just kind of standing there.
Mhm.
Can I try to attack again?
Yeah,
Or do
you
I-
absolutely can. Yeah, you just go up and we'll use your movement as your first action, and for your second, go ahead and roll your d20 to see if you hit it, and add whatever you need to for weapon modifiers or strength modifiers.
Can I try this?
Wait, what's that?
Oh, can I do the same thing like the Warhammer and try to hit it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to do that.
Yep, you just always got to roll for it just to see if it succeeds or not. That's all.
Oh. I got a 16.
What'd you say you got? I'm sorry.
A 16.
Oh, a 16. Okay, okay. So yeah, you do hit it. So awesome. As you're seeing Dominus hop back and forth, you completely blindside this croc with your hammer and wail down on it. And then go ahead and roll your damage dice for it and let me know how much damage you do to it.
Does it same thing as D20? Or is it something different?
What
Warhammer's
was it?
1d8.
D8?
Was it a
Yep.
Warhammer or a Great Hammer?
Yeah. A Warhammer.
Warhammer. Okay.
Wait, tell me how many hands you're using. Are you swinging with both hands or one
What is
hand?
versatile? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Both?
Both. Okay. D10.
All right, so roll a d10.
Yep.
And then add your strength for damage.
What was it again? I'm sorry, a D12?
Yep. D10.
Oh.
Matthew, it's hot in your parents'
So I got
house.
a 1.
You got a 1?
All right.
Yeah.
Add
And
your
strength modifier.
is 0, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's a 0. So it's just.
0. Okay. So yeah, you slam down your hammer just with all your might, ready to just smite this thing, and you go up just a little bit short, and you crush one of its toes. So now its toe is just mashed potatoes now, and it
That's
just gives the
funny.
most pathetic little like that. It just squeals at you. So it's mad, but it's more insulted at this point that you made it make that noise. So
Okay.
Good move. Good move. I liked that. Damas, we're to you, and this crocodile is clearly very much hurting, just in a very different way than the other crocodile, which you can see them fighting through the wood like nets gate thing. But yeah, what do you do? It's definitely occupied with the sudden jolt of pain in its foot.
For me.
Yes. Mhm.
Oh, I try to make it even worse by casting Eldritch Blast at its injured foot or toe that she just smashed. Blasted.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So roll for it, man. Roll for it.
All right. I got 9 plus 3 for my charisma modifier, so I did 12 damage.
12 damage.
Yeah.
So you cast Eldritch Blast. Blah, blah, yep, that. You cast at it, and it is so powerful, the movement of it, but the aim is just ever so slightly off. And instead, Helga just gets a blast of wind in her face where all of her hair just goes in her face. And she just looks at you like, what is going on? What the? And you're like, oops, sorry. That kind of thing. Good attempt though. Do you want to move or do any other non-attack action or cantrip if you have any? And Daniel, excuse me, it's gonna be the Croc and that's gonna be Daniel.
Oh, I'm gonna search the area for anything useful to help us combat the crocodiles.
For sure. Good thought. All right, go ahead and do a perception check for me.
Perception check again.
Yeah. Just a D20, and yeah.
Okay. I'm rolling a D20, right?
Yes.
I got a 3.
You got a 3. You're looking around for any kind of thing that'll help, and the only thing that you find is just in the mud to your left on the ground. You find a broken skull with kind of a sharpened edge on it, probably from one of the passive victims of this crocodile. And you pick it up, and you realize you can use it as a bladed weapon if you so choose to. This would be it wouldn't be a powerful weapon. It would just be a bladed weapon for stabbing or slashing with like a D4 plus your strength modifier. So that is up for grabs if you want that.
All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up just in case.
Okay. And then did you want to, well, I guess that's technically all unless you want to move. So yeah, we'll go ahead and say that's you. So that's the end of yours. Daniel, gosh darn it. Crocodile. So sorry, Daniel. The screaming crocodile turns and snaps at Helga, who's closest to it at this point. What's your armor class, Helga?
Oh shit. Hang on.
It's okay. Do you know if
Oh,
it's
11.
Yeah.
Oh, so
it's
wait.
11?
Well, did I just track from that, or does it stay the same?
No, it's
Stay
your
the
health
same?
doesn't affect your armor class.
Okay, it's 11.
Okay. All right. So in that case, it snaps at you again, but
Okay.
just gets your armor, and it is so freaked out by the pain in its foot that it can't seem to clamp down its jaw all the way. So it's on your armor, but no damage has gotten through to you. And let me see, tail is out of range. So Daniel, we are back to you. So sorry about that.
Sorry, so I was muted. I in fact was not. Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, it's right in front of me.
Mhm.
Teammates behind me. It is almost dead.
Bleeding from its gut.
Yep.
Get him, Daniel.
I will attempt to slash at it one more time.
All right.
Where's my dice? There it is. Glad I have not been hit at all. Alright, move to D6. Roll again. That would be a 22 to hit.
Yep, that'll do it.
Alright.
Do it. Roll damage.
That is where is it? There it is. 10 damage.
10 damage. Tell me what you do, man. I want to hear your side of it.
Yeah, I just see this thing as it rolled, and he cut up in his belly, just screaming pain as I see the perfect opportunity to put this thing out of its misery as I go straight for its head, just slicing it off.
Nice, nice. And with that, the sword goes about halfway through straight to the spine and just stops there. The gator just and stops. The sword doesn't go all the way through, but it hits the spine, and the lights are out. And when that happens, the gate that's dividing everyone, that's made of like vines and roots and everything, there's a rumble, and all those vines start to retract away and create one large arena where there's no barrier between everyone. So now everyone's in the same arena. So good move, Daniel. And then let me see. That was your first action still, I believe.
Correct. Then I'm gonna go over to Chad real quick. How much damage did you take, Chad?
I think it was 8, right?
Yeah, I think so too. All right, you're fully healed now. If I can reach him, is he within 30 feet of me?
Let's see. Let's go over here. He's not within 30 feet of you, actually.
All right. No, never mind then.
Do you just want to move closer, though?
Yeah, I'll just move closer.
Okay.
Maybe. Since I can't use any action, I'll actually try to use Thugmetry again,
Okay.
and make my voice booming to try and just like yelling at the alligator, like, "Hey,
Gotcha.
over here!"
Okay.
Just try to get its attention.
Got you. And let's see. Do you want to do? If you want to do a check for that, I'm good.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was gonna say I'm good with either.
I feel like intimidation would be the best thing.
Oh, well, I was gonna say either intimidation or animal handling would be fine with me. So whatever one you feel is best out of those.
I'll do intimidation.
Okay.
That is a 10 on die. 15.
So you shout, and this thing snaps its head to you and looks and immediately starts backing into the water towards your direction, but away from Helga and Damas. It looks like you definitely spooked it, but not enough to make it go away entirely. So by this time, if the arena is about 100 feet in diameter,
All right.
The crocodile is pretty much in the dead center pond, heading towards the three heroes on that side.
Got it.
So yeah. Let me see. And then was that the last one for you, Daniel?
That should be it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jed. Yeah, Jed, we're to you now. By this time in the battle and everything, the tribespeople that are looking through the windows above head, they're all chanting and cheering and screaming and yelling and stuff. It's very dramatic. It's kind of like a sporting event.
I don't know if you know this, but you're muted.
I was wondering, I was like, is he just being quiet? What?
Thank you. Sorry about that.
It's
All
fine.
right, I'm gonna pull out my Thundro, which most people, it's just a really big stick if you don't know what it is. And I have
Damn it.
sharp stones, so I'm gonna use my no movement. So I'm gonna use my movement action to load it and prep it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take aim and fire.
Go for it.
Okay. Now I wrote it down, but I can't remember where. I think. How did it work?
I got it written somewhere too. I'm just drawing.
It's like a dex. It's a dex, right?
I think so. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
different from just a regular roll. It was literally like a dex check, basically.
Mm-hmm. Crap, what was that? I wonder if I have it on my notes. Excuse me.
1 second. I'll go ahead and roll.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
See if I just beat its armor class regardless. It's a 22.
22?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do the job.
Okay.
Even though so basically just the tip of its head is out of the water. Kind of, I mean, you've seen crocodiles in water with the tops of their heads out, and he's just coming right towards you with bubbles flowing behind him because he's really, really pedaling. But yeah, 20, absolutely. Tell me what you do, man, and roll damage for it.
All right. It's not a lot of. They don't do a lot of damage, I guess, because it's just a stone. So you gave it a base damage with, because you said that maybe in the future there'd be different type of projectiles, but for now.
Yeah.
So let me add. Can I add dex to the damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna be 7.
7. Okay.
7 damage. That's it.
All right. So yeah, you wind up, you take your ring and you ignite the gelatin within the Thundro, and it echoes through the entire tree, and like everyone, like all the people watching are just like and they're like kind of freaking out. They're like, what is this? But yeah, there's a spark and strikes the top of the crocodile's head when you see scales and skin just flop back as blood shoots out of it, and it starts charging. it starts charging, and it is in so much pain. But that was a good move, though. I think you technically have one more, Jed.
I'm just gonna ready in action. If it attacks me, I'm gonna cast Thunderwave.
Okay. All right, I got you. With that, the crocodile does actually come out of the water right in front of you. It was going way faster than you realized, and it leaps out of the water and attempts to bite you. When it goes though, the jaws snap right next to your leg, and the blood from its head is just gushing out at this point, and it's like its eyes are rolling back. It's really, really weak, so it misses. And let me see, who's directly behind Jed? Is anyone behind Jed or near Jed?
No.
Where's Jed?
I mean, right now I know he's at the front of the line on y'all's end of the arena with the crocodile coming towards you.
Yeah, I guess I would be right behind him because.
No, because he moved. The gator moved towards me. I didn't move. I
Oh, you didn't
canceled my
move.
movement.
I would be in front of Jed because I moved towards the gator.
Okay. So in that case, it uses its tail and it whips it towards you, Daniel.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Does a 14 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay. All right. So the tail hits you, but it's not with enough force to make it worth anything. It's very, very weak at this point. Helga, it's your turn. Kiss your light girl.
Okay, hey, what's up?
What's that?
I said, what's up? What do I do? What's my
Any-
turn?
It's just your turn. So I mean, the arena is open, and so there's no divider. The crocodile is over where Daniel, Xander, and Jed are, and you and Damas are still at the same edge that you were, but now the arena itself, the water is deep, but there are muddy paths to where you can walk across all the way if you want to.
Okay. I want to do that. I want to walk.
Okay. And it would take about 2 actions to get all the way over to the crocodile again. Do you want to do that and then attack, or?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to do that. You're going to run up with your hammer
Okay.
and do another attack roll for me. So roll the d20 first.
Okay, I got an 8.
You got an 8. Funny enough, when you swing your hammer, it lands directly on the crocodile's other toe, and it screams
What the fuck?
again.
Okay. Yeah.
This thing is having a really, really bad day. So you do deal it. I'll just give it 1 damage just to knock that out. But yeah, so there you go. Excellent move. Damas, we're to you. Damas.
Oh no, I mean,
Okay.
I am going to first off, I'm going to go ahead and try to search the area again for anything useful and roll again, like something to help us against the crocodiles.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah. I mean, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
And I got a 19 on it.
19. Awesome. Okay, let me poke some buttons real quick. So whenever you're looking around, wedged under a nearby log, that's very muddy and everything, you actually see a familiar shape of something. You pull it out of the mud, and there's actually a spear, a tribal spear that's there, and it's been wedged in the mud for a long time. So you find a spear, and it is 1d6 of damage. It can be thrown if you want to. But yeah, so that's what you find.
That
Mm.
1/6 damage.
Yeah, D6 damage.
All right. I am going to take said spear and I'm going to throw it at the gator that Helga just smashed the other toe of. The same one within.
Nice. All right, we'll go ahead and roll D20 for it. Excuse me.
I got a 7.
You got a 7.
Yep.
All right. And I want you to go ahead and roll the D6 for me.
I got a 6.
You got a 6. Okay. So Damas winds back with this new muddy spear and chucks it at the crocodile. The mud, however, making it a little bit slippery. It doesn't exactly aim true, and in fact, it flies back towards Xander and attempts to strike him. Let me see. What's your armor class, Xander?
Armor class 13.
13. Okay. You know what? Let's do it this way. Give me a. Would it be a dexterity or a constitution? Give me a dex roll to see if you dodge the incoming spear.
So what would that be?
Just roll the d20 and then whatever your dexterity bonus is, add that to it.
Got a 6 plus 3, so that's 9.
9.
Yeah.
The spear whizzes by your head, barely missing. Barely missing. With that, the crocodile turns and attempts to bite Helga. It turns to bite you. What's your armor class?
11.
What'd you say?
11.
11.
Sorry.
It clamps down on you again. It's got you in its jaws, and it deals you. It deals you 15 points of damage, my friend, sinking its teeth into your torso.
That's my health.
Yes, that's how much damage you take. It's 15.
It's not good.
Don't stress. we got you.
With its tail, however, it swings at Jed and misses entirely because it's a crazy crocodile, losing its mind. It's flailing around in the water still. Okay, but Helga, you good and everything? That didn't do anything too substantial to you, did it?
Yeah, it hurt me. What are you talking about?
Well, I was gonna say I don't know how much health you have, so
I have 6.
Okay. You have 6, you said?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you're looking rough, but you're doing it. Xander, we're back to you. And this crocodile is now fully surrounded by heroes, as well as bleeding from both of its toes, and it's having a very, very bad day.
So it can't really charge at people, then I'm guessing.
It can try to, but it's not going to go nearly as well as it would have otherwise.
Okay. I guess I want Xander to try to rush him and roll to his side and get the side, like where his stomach and his, the scales meet and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. His side.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, and go ahead and roll the attack for it. Let me know what you get.
Roll what?
Just the d20 for you said an attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got an 11, and then I roll D4 as a
Yes.
Ben, and I got a 4, so that makes 15.
15. Okay, awesome. You said you're going for the underbelly again?
Yes.
Nice.
Or like his side.
Okay.
Like I'm rushing him, rolling over, and trying to stab him in the side because he's not on his stomach or like his back.
Yeah.
So I can't really get his stomach, but I want to get his side where it's
Yeah,
like
I get
also where you can also get.
Yeah, as he's stomping around and flailing and trying to snap at people, his back feet both being very injured, they're very tender, and so he takes extra large strides with them as to keep his mushed, just destroyed toes off of the ground. And whenever he lifts one of them, you find an opportunity and strike under one of his, basically like his thigh, stomach area. On a crocodile, it's kind of a 50-50. But yeah, awesome. And then how much damage?
So I roll a D6 and a D4, right?
No.
No,
No.
D4 is not for damage. It's just for attack rolls. And
I was gonna say just a
Just
D6.
add your should roll a d6 and add 3 basically.
Got a 6.
You got a
Got a
6.
9. No, 6.
Nice. Wait, so you got a 6, right?
Yeah, I got a 6 and
Okay.
add 3,
Nine
so it's 9.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got an. Okay. So, geez. Sheesh. The crocodile, in response, collapses to the ground, and at this point is wheezing, and his mouth opens up wide. Just basically at this point, he's just hoping for something to come near his mouth. He is in excruciating pain. Daniel, it is your turn.
time to steal this kill. All right.
I'll do something funny if you let me go first.
That's up to Daniel at this point.
You know what? I'll get behind the alligator and use the help action, giving anyone who attacks it next advantage.
Okay. How about this? I'll run at you and I'll basically pull a throw me moment, okay? So you're aiming me for his mouth. So
Got
throw
it.
me into his mouth.
Yes, this is
Okay.
happening.
So I'm gonna run and I'm gonna throw into his mouth and I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave while I'm inside of the gator. What do you need me to roll?
Do you need me to roll anything?
At this
use
point-
the help action.
Oh
I guess
God.
it's true.
Man, at this
Wait,
point, I don't even know. You know what? Whatever you think is fitting, just roll it. Let me know what you got. Just tell me what you use, and I'm open to interpretation on that one.
To be honest, I am throwing you, so I would perceive as me having to at least do a strength roll, right?
Yes, that is true. That's true. Good observation. So yeah, do a strength roll first for me.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Okay. I rolled Dex.
That would make sense.
I got a 23.
You got a 23.
I got a 23.
And I got a... It's an ability check. Yeah, I got a 15.
Okay.
I'm only. Oh shit! How much? I was 5'9". I'm only like 170 pounds. So
Fair. I mean, plus
I
he's
don't
bigger
think
than
so.
you. So,
Yeah.
so
and
yeah.
I was running.
Yes. Well, at this point, oh man, with that final delivered blow, Jed, how about you just tell me what happens at this point?
So I'm gonna tell. I think by this point I kind of got. I kind of get Daniel's combat style down, and I think he understands how insane I am sometimes. And I see that he's like about to go in for the kill, but I also see that this gator is weak, and I think, what if it tries to like turn, and what if it's faking it? And so I run and I tell him to basically spear me at it, like as I'm running. And I think that Daniel would grab me as I'm running by and like throw me faster. And as I'm going faster, I bring my fingers to my lips like this, and I close my eyes really tight, and I look up, point at it, and I start doing the whistle thing that I usually do. And as it starts to trap around me, and I'm just inside its gullet where I don't think any of the blast will go on the outside and hit anyone else, I cast Thunderwave.
I like it. I like it. You do this, and the iconic blue light shoots into the gullet of this crocodile. And in this world, in this particular fantasy-based world, nobody there would be able to compare it to this. But because we're from here, I can compare it to this in a way that's comprehensible. The energy and the power from this blast fills the crocodile to the point where its body is inflated like a long balloon. And just for a split second, it blows up into this cylinder shape, and it explodes along the entire arena. Blood and guts and gore and bone and cartilage and everything, coating everybody, just painted red.
Blood was green.
You are right. But because the energy was so powerful, it turned red.
Oh, okay.
It altered the very chemical compounds within this creature's blood.
It changed the compounds of its blood to turn it red.
That's amazing.
Shut up, Ben! I'm just kidding now. Well, alas, the fight is complete. The gates open, and guards come back to escort you back to the chief's throne room, and the daughter standing up there next to the chief seems quite pleased with herself on your performance and how you adhered to not using fire and everything. The chief speaks, and he simply says that the orb holders may be gained mercy, but do not return lest you die. And
can I ask him to point out, or someone to point out on the map where to stay away from, so we can stay away from there?
Well, he said stay on the trail, so as long as we.
Where? But what does that pertain to? What if we go to another part of a forest, right?
Okay,
So-
wait, where are we? Are we in the deep wood?
yes, yeah, you're in the very bottom half of the deep wood. Kind of the let me make sure I know what I'm talking about for continuity. So if you're looking at the deep wood, there's the woods that's like below it, and there's that little sticky outy part that's closest to the trail. You're basically in that vicinity. Just keeping in mind that it's a hand-drawn map from Squibbish based on his personal routes that he takes. So they're not to scale. They certainly don't hold all the detail, but you're in that general vicinity.
Okay,
So-
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know where to stay away from. Okay.
Yes, and
Yeah, we know
with
where-
that, and with that, guards escort Artie and Squibbish back to you, giving the orb back, and the daughter, which we'll just call her the princess because that's what she is. Princess brings you the orb and hands it to Squibbish and looks at all of you and just says, "You all must protect this. Now, my father doesn't want you back here, but just know that you do have someone willing to talk if you ever need it. There's much to discuss." And so she goes, and anything else, because the chief will hear you out now at this point because you've proven yourself as predators and not prey. So you have held your place in the balance, he says. Is there anything left that there is to discuss or question with the chief for anyone?
I just want my horse back. Well, not my horse, the horse I was trying to steal, but I'm happy.
He's like, "Where's that horse with the gold, man?"
You got me before I could get the horse, so of course I'm mad.
Fair enough.
I feel like I may have missed this, but is the orb was returned to Squibbles, right?
Yes.
Yes. Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
So
just sorry. Yeah, I think I missed that part. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
Go
ahead.
I don't have anything to say to him. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, me neither.
I may want to quickly ask them any information they might have or their opinion on the curse on this land.
And the chief, listening to the wind as before, he kind of uses it as his translator. The wind seems to know what to tell him. And he just tells you that
The curse does not touch our people. We are not flesh and blood. We have no heartbeat.
and that's kind of what he leaves you with. He's not the most enthusiastic conversationalist, but you have earned his ear at the very least.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anything else with you, Ben?
I
Okay.
guess you had no information about it. Yeah, I guess that should be it.
Okay. So with that, you are escorted back to the carriage with the.
Actually, wait. Sorry.
Yeah.
What about your crewmates? What about them? Are they still being kept captured?
Wait, what about that?
Yeah, the rest of the shipmates that were apparently there. Like, are we leaving them behind?
They the order of them has changed, but they are still awaiting their trial.
All right.
So yeah, they're still there.
Anything we want to do about that?
Would I notice any of them to be the people that kind of tried to overtake the ship?
Not that you know of. They seem familiar, but only by face. Like maybe you guys were all on the same ship for several months and everything. As far as the individual ones that you remember getting into a scrap with, no signs of them that you see. And there's not that many of them. There's maybe 10 or 15 at most, which compared to how many people were on the ship is not very many. So.
I guess we should try to free these people, because all they did was exactly what we did: stumble upon a place we didn't know we weren't supposed to be. So I think I'm going to try to convince.
Kill the chief. Kill the chief. Kill the chief. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I'm going to try to convince the chief to let them go. Like, try to explain what's going on and what's like, if they wandered off the path, it's not because they knew. They're not even from this land.
Yeah, we had no idea about any treaty that was.
Any treaty.
Yeah.
We had no idea about boundaries. They were probably just trying to survive. And I'm going to try to persuade him.
Yeah, perfect. Go for it.
Okay, give me a second. Who? 24.
24. Okay. So tell me what you say.
Basically, I'm just gonna tell him about. I'm gonna stop him and tell him about like our whole story, like where we've come from and where we've gone, and I'm gonna be like, and throughout all of this, with respect, we have gained your ear, and all we ask is that these people not suffer for ignorance. They're not even from this island. They know nothing. None of them, I don't believe, should die because of ignorance. And that's probably what I would say.
The chief hears your plead and considers it. And he simply thinks and replies with,
Tell me, Bloodwalker, does a lion show mercy to a gazelle when it wanders into the Bride Lands?
But at the same time, we're not animals. We're, well, not all people, but we're.
and he looks at you, Xander, and he says,
Do not be too sure.
and sits back in his throne.
That's crazy.
At this time, the princess does intervene, and she steps in and speaks to her father and says,
Father, please. They do not know the rules of our land. We can afford to be merciful. It is within the balance.
and he looks at his daughter. You can tell by the way he's looking at her that he's used to her speaking up when she really shouldn't be. But that's his princess, man. You can tell there is so much love in his eyes for her. And so with that, he turns to all of you again and says,
Free your friends and leave our land. Do not stray from the trail.
and with that, he sits back in his throne, and the vines and roots making up his body kind of meld and mix and twist in with those of the throne, and he becomes one with it and seems to be asleep almost. Very conscious, but asleep. Almost like meditation. But yeah, very good job. All the prisoners that were there, their bonds are cut and they're sent on their way. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do while you're in the king's chamber?
That should be it.
Well, before we go, or like before y'all go, I still
Stab
am
you. I'm gonna stab
wandering
you.
member.
Wait, you're gonna what?
What?
Jaden, what was that you said?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying that like before like y'all head off, because like at this time I still don't know exactly who y'all are.
Oh no, trust me. I'm making you stay with us. I like after you admitted that you tried to steal that horse's gold, that was obviously from the bank. I'm gonna keep my eyes on you to make sure you don't commit any crimes.
Yeah, but
Um,
I just wanted to say that
I'll-
my character
I'll
wants
speak
to
with-
ask to come with you.
Yeah. I think that Jed would probably invite you. I think he would say something along the lines of, "Come with us. We have great need of your skill that you may or may not have." And then I'll like slap you on the shoulder and like laugh. You know what I mean? Like, and then turn and then hopefully guide everyone out of this very hostile tree area.
Yes.
Get out of the tree! It's the Great Deku Tree. That's what it's been the whole time, guys.
Great Deku
It's
Tree,
just-
yeah.
It's
Pretty
just
much.
Vietnam.
Brown
They're
arrow.
Killing the trees.
I like it.
They are the trees.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
If for
For
some
some
reason
reason, they're speaking
they're speaking
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. All right, that was awesome. Yeah.
All right, so
Cool.
yeah, you guys get guided back to the trail. The prisoners thank you very much and wish you well, and they head on their way throughout the different paths on the island. And Squibbish leads the way and continues down the path, every step on the path, towards his home, which is where we will pick up on the next time we play, everyone. So
Yeah.
goodness gracious, thank you all for your patience, because I think it completely blindsided me just how many people I was working with today when I was like arranging this one. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, combat is going to be so hard. And it was hard, but you guys did it and I had fun. So thank you all for being
Heck
part
yeah.
of this.
It was fun.
that was mega fun.
Thank you.
For sure. Well, y'all have a good night, and 2 weeks from now, or 2 weekends, play again, same time and everything. If you have any updates, you're not going to make it, or you're going to make it, just let me know. Let me know, and we'll go
Wait, so
from
that's
there.
the first, correct? 1st of July.
That sounds right.
Yes.
Put in the
Yeah.
phone.
Okay.
And
First of
we're
July.
level 3.
What's that?
Are we level 3?
Matthew, what did we say earlier? Was that
Oh yeah, we should level up.
okay? So yeah, everyone will be level 3. So go ahead and level up over the upcoming couple weeks.
Subclasses.
And yeah, there you go.
Wait, how do we level up?
I don't know what you're using.
D&D
Are you on
Beyond.
D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
Right. Go to Matthew for that, because I don't know. I don't
Pretty
do
much.
D&D Beyond.
pretty much, but yeah, so just be in touch if you all have any updates or I need to know anything. And yeah, I will be good to go next week. Or, yeah, the following weekend. That's next week.
July 1st.
All right, guys.
All right, everyone good?
Matthew,
Yeah.
how do you level up?
I'll tell you in the future.
You got time.
Yeah, we
It's
got 2 weeks, so yeah.
yeah.
I'll get with you, Jaden.
All right.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Thank you for playing.
Y'all too.
See y'all.
Oh, shit.
Bye.
All right, yeah.